Albuquerque, New Mexico, the land of enchantment, and today home to the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Alabama's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy that can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying to impose their will with the run. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth-quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Looking downfield, it's Milrow. Spits it out to the back. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Pena. They'll get down and put a stop for the return at about the 28-yard line. So Syracuse's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Didn't help themselves much on 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 20. Takes the handoff. It's Allen. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Syracuse right back at it. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got his man downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. The back goes in motion. Back to throw, it's McCord. He's got him in the flat. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
After the first down completion, it's second and short. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
With the run on first and goal. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Coming after him. Caught in the backfield. It's Allen.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Syracuse right back at it. Looking to the end zone on third and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The inside handoff. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there's so many festivities surrounding it. Jesse, what do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team, there's some friendly competition. The biggest thing that stands out to me, though, was a street brawl against the Miami Hurricanes. Bourbon Street getting ready for the Sugar Bowl, about 120 deep. Hard to forget that.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this third and short. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He'll work his way down to the 28. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy down. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Bama!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
That makes the score Alabama 7, Syracuse 3.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
and pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Milrow. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown tie! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-3. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got it on the outside. It's Gadsden. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Back to pass, it's McCord. Makes his connection. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. Brings it down on the right side. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Here's the snap, looking to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up 3rd down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Absolutely perfect.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position, and they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Reese, thanks. You put these two programs together given the seasons they had, and we figured we might get a notable first half in this New Mexico Bowl. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the New Mexico Bowl.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Looking for blockers. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. And that's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing, they're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
To throw, it's McCord. Quick strike complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to run for it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Syracuse will send out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Looking for a block. It's Adams. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downfield.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Now on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Haynes. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air. It's Milroe. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts him on top 21-6. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. The sure hands, it's Hatcher. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Wide out in motion. They'll try to get it through the air. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, in that situation, that just worked out perfectly for the defense. It was 3rd and 1, and I'm not so sure that was a pass blitz. That might have been a run blitz. That might have been the defense just trying to add an extra body in the gap. Expecting run, quarterback held on to the football, and that worked out perfectly for the D.
Syracuse will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. No, what a move! That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The give to the back. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Getting some heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Orange have the ball back and ready off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him, and nobody's close. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Comes out throwing on first down. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Defense, we're always trying to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking for a man. It's McCord. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
This is why quarterbacks always take care of their offensive line. This is why they feed them in the offseason, invite them to the house, buy them gifts, take care of the big boys, because they take care of you, and those numbers start to pile up.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He got it. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cuse.
And that field shrinks. You got to have the big boys down here that you can just throw it up to. Let them make plays. Make it look like run. All the big boys on the field. Slip that tight end out. Find him. They'll do the rest.
And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a one-possession game. And after the extra point, it's a one-possession game, down 21-13. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Smashes ahead. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, went after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Great move. Now he's got room. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
This is a big third down. If they can move the chains, they can just about solve this game away. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Bounced off his feet. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Today's